If you're in the public eye and that's the business you've chosen, then you will always have to face the probability that not everyone is going to be happy with you or like you, and that people may have some kind of grudge, real or imagined, against you.
Hello, babes. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So in today's video, I wanted to discuss the obsession with relatability and celebrities, as well as the dangers of celebrity obsession. So let's get into it. So I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while now when it comes to celebrities and this obsession that people have with celebrities being relatable. Relatability to me is just another pretty word for parasocial, in my opinion, and can quickly turn into the fan becoming a stalker, wanting celebrities to open up their lives to the public so that they can feel as though they're a part of said celebrity's life and have this imaginary connection, one-sided connection, or if a celebrity does or says something they don't like, they bully, harass, and try to destroy them. I've noticed this has become a thing in the past few years with this incessant push and practically bullying celebrities to do what fans want them to do, and when they don't, these fans will go on rants and make endless videos about how a certain star isn't relatable. A complete stranger who you don't know and who owes you absolutely nothing is required to do all of these things to make you feel as though you are the same, and it's not normal. I'm sorry, it just isn't. When one of your favorite celebrities is being quote unquote relatable, you are still two completely different people, and a lot of the times they are selling an image to you or a product. And there are times when that celebrity is being their genuine self and will get criticized and scrutinized because it is not what the public thinks they should be doing. Like the fact that there were numerous videos being made about Beyonce having to show grown adults her hair being washed with her product. As if you don't know how to wash your own hair. As if you don't already know she washes her hair like a normal human being. And the fact of the matter is, it had little to do with her product and more to do with, show us inside of your home, prove to us you have hair. How many times have you purchased new products from new makeup brands, hair care brands, and tried it, and if it didn't work, you would return it or just not purchase it again? But when it comes to celebrities, there is this immense amount of pressure on them to do things that the public wants them to do as if they are robots and they are not human. Again, the obsession is not normal. These people are humans, and the fact of the matter is, you won't be able to relate to every human, whether celebrity or not. The sense of entitlement that some people have to celebrities is why they are so closed off, because they're not only afraid to say or do the wrong thing, but they also have to worry about their safety, because some fans start forming relationships inside of their heads and believe these people are really their friends. There was a comment I saw online where someone said, "I love Rihanna because she shows her kids." Like, girl, what?
It's getting weird.
Do you know how insane you sound that you want these people to showcase their life, their children, their partners to you, complete strangers online? They provide a service, which is singing, acting, or dancing, and that's it. After that, it's clock out time. Their personal life is just that. Their personal life. And this emphasis on relatability is for the most part only placed on women in the industry, because women are always looked at as some sort of product. And the sad part is, it comes from other women who like to scream, "Women don't owe you shit," and which I agree with, but why is it that that is only applied to non-celebrity women? And listen, I understand wanting to be able to have something in common with one of your favorite singers, actors, or influencers. But the fact that you'll dislike someone because they don't show you their home, speak to the public 24/7 because how dare a celebrity be an introvert, or not broadcast to social media every time they break up with someone or have an issue is asinine. People who dislike people who don't share their business is because they don't have anything to use against that person when they get upset. Some people love watching people who are successful have turmoil out of pure hatred and jealousy. And quiet as it's kept, people feel entitled to women, not just men, but other women as well. The videos about celebrities needing to be relatable mainly come from other women, which I did a video on speaking about how some women just hate other women and disguise it as being honest and have underlying misogynistic views. Going on rants, I mean full on rants about how unrelatable a celebrity is has to be some form of a mental illness that needs to be studied. Some people feel like they own celebrities and that they should do what they say because
we made you famous.
While you may have played their music or watched their films, their talent is what put them on the map. Something that you didn't give them, God did. And this sense of entitlement is why so many celebrities don't want to connect with their fans. Because once you open that door, it's like they believe you're their property. Arguing online with people over people who don't know you, regardless of how much you love them, or them going on live and acknowledging your comment. The truth of the matter is that you don't know them. You know what they present to you, an image. The only people who know them are their close family members and friends. Another issue I have is when someone acts like a stereotype, the first thing people love to say is, that person is so real. As if it's not real for a black person to be an introvert. As if it's not real for a black person to not always be fighting and be loud. But as soon as a black person is shy, quiet, and to themselves, then the first thing insecure people say is, you think you're all that, or you think you're better than us. How loud can your insecurity be that someone minding their business sets you off in that way?
I will always love you, but I'll never expect you to love me when you don't love yourself.
Black people are not a monolith. Black people are not just one way. Some like rock, some like heavy metal or rap, or anything relating to jazz and R&B. Some like Broadway shows and ballet, art shows, and traveling to new countries to explore different cultures. There is no one way that black people act and look, although TV and media will sometimes make you believe that we do. So many celebrities have been harmed by stalker fans who have created these one-sided relationships with them and felt as though they owned them. While some may not have bad intentions, there are people who are deeply disturbed and want to harm these celebrities, and some have unfortunately succeeded. Many have turned into full-blown stalkers who write them multiple letters, show up to their homes, threaten them, and became irate when the celebrity didn't write them back.
Some celebrities, they've had to pay the price of living in the spotlight when certain fans become obsessed and begin to stalk.
There's a fine line between fan and fanatic.
Jennifer Garner just got a permanent restraining order against a man who blogs about human sacrifice. She says he has terrorized her for years. Uma Thurman described her stalker as a nightmare. He'd show up at her home and turned up outside her trailer while she was filming a movie in Manhattan. And then there's this American Idol contestant, obsessed with Paula Abdul for years. She killed herself in front of the singer's home.
Good morning, Threat Management Unit. Detective Dunn, can I help you?
Detective Jeff Dunn is working the Abdul case and many others. He heads up the Threat Management Unit, dubbed the Stalker Unit. His beat, Los Angeles, ground zero for celebrity stalking.
He would send greeting cards to her.
Dunn gave us unprecedented access to some of his cases related to the world's biggest stars.
As far as Britney Spears was concerned, he was completely delusional. He was convinced that she loved him.
Singer Britney Spears was forced to deal with a stalking situation of her own. Masahiko Shizawa.
What we had was a Japanese businessman, came to America on a tourist visa for the sole purpose of following Britney Spears around the country on a concert tour.
He believes Shizawa used the internet to not only track Spears' concert schedule, but her life from Louisiana to Los Angeles, and sent the pictures and postcards to prove it.
Here's a picture of her limousine as she's leaving one of the concert venues. And on the back of the photograph, he says, "I'm chasing you." You know, she doesn't know who this person is.
That would get anybody's attention.
Absolutely.
Advised by the LAPD stalking unit of the potential danger, Spears got a restraining order. It has since expired.
The psychology of stalkers tends to be very primitive.
Dr. Reed Malloy is widely regarded as one of the nation's experts on stalkers, particularly those who threaten celebrities. He says stalking behavior may be fueled by our no-holds-barred culture, obsessed with all things celebrity. Is there something about these celebrity magazines and the personal photos that they contain that sort of drives the behavior of the stalkers?
The more the magazines humanize the celebrity figure, the more it can reduce that space between the stalker and the celebrity figure.
And as the buffer decreases, the cost of fame goes up.
I wasn't even sure if Rebecca even knew that I was, stalking her.
In the late 1980s, Rebecca Schaefer was a rising star with a lead role on the hit TV show My Sister Sam.
Brandon is intelligent and sensitive and artistic.
She was an obsessed fan by the name of Robert Bardo.
I just felt like my obsession would do more and more. And I was trying to contact her, and there was no response. I couldn't understand that.
Back in those days, there were no stalking laws in California, or anywhere else for that matter.
I didn't even know she would. I said, no, pull it in, shoot.
Schaefer's brutal death, gunned down at her front door, was the wake-up call.
She had to be a victim of a homicide in order for us to get the message that something needs to be done in the way of legislation to address stalking crimes.
Laws passed, and LAPD's stalker unit was born. And sometimes, at least here in Hollywood, life imitates art. One female fan began writing innocent postings on Fairchild's website. That turned into cards, gifts, and handwritten letters the LAPD says escalated their level of concern.
I'm going to show up on your doorstep. I'm going to fly across the country. Oh, you promised me that you were going to pay all our bills, and you haven't done it, and now I'm angry. And I was like, so it was getting kind of threatening.
The obsessed woman believed Fairchild was her mother.
These are addressed to your home address.
Mm-hmm. How happy do you think that makes me?
However threatening they may be, police say stalkers are also unpredictable. This obsessed fan sent this X-rated video to a prominent recording artist. And in the case of Brad Pitt, this woman broke into his home, fed his dogs, and slept in his pajamas.
Are these people that appear normal in their daily lives and then they go home and they're obsessing over these celebrities?
Typically not. Typically their lives are bereft of any normal satisfactions. Oftentimes they're living alone. They've typically had very unstable work histories and have not done well. And oftentimes that's because of the psychiatric disorder.
Broke a story on the website yesterday, and we have more details today about the guy who broke into Rihanna's house. And we know what he had his sights on, and it's bad.
It's bad. He was had his sights on having sex with Rihanna. And as we told you, this did not, luckily Rihanna was not there, but the man apparently spent quite a bit of time in Rihanna's house.
At least a day. Just process this. A day in this famous woman's house.
So this is a 26-year-old man. Police say he somehow disabled her alarm system.
And again, that's remarkable. I don't know how on earth you do that.
Right.
But he disabled the alarm system, gets inside, makes himself at home, is charging his cell phone, putting his bags in rooms, and is there for at least a day. It could be longer, but they know he was there for a day. And he's saying, this is crazy. He's saying, look, I was not going to have forcible sex, meaning rape, with Rihanna, because presumably, I think what he's really
thinking is that she
wants to do it.
Right.
And again, so this delusional guy, God knows what would have happened if Rihanna walked in the house. But thank God she wasn't there. He was arrested. He was tased and arrested.
Breaking into the Oscar winner's home as she slept. Among the 26 counts, stalking, burglary, and weapons charges. David Begnaud shows us how Bullock's panic 911 call is a key piece of evidence.
In a frantic 911 call, actress Sandra Bullock is heard begging for help as she hides in an upstairs closet.
I can't hear anything. I'm locked in my closet and the safe door is shut.
Prosecutors say Bullock was startled by a loud bang inside her Bel Air home last June. According to prosecutors, the man she saw in her hallway was Joshua Corbett.
All I saw was a dark sweatshirt and dark pants. I'm going up the stairs to my house.
Corbett showed no emotion as Bullock's terrified 15-minute call for help was played for the judge. Two officers who responded to the scene testified that when they entered the Bel Air home on June 8, 2014, they saw Corbett walking down a staircase.
He said, "I'm sorry. I love you, Sandy."
Detective Christina Carlozzi read a handwritten letter police say Corbett was carrying that morning, in which he professes his love for Bullock and says he wants to have sex with her. He also mentions her adopted son, Louis, who was not home at the time.
"I will forever be thinking of you and Louis, my son, as you are my wife by law, the law of God, and you belong to me."
Officers testified that Corbett had magazine cutouts of the Oscar winner and a concealed weapons permit, but was not armed. Later, a search of his home revealed what police say was an arsenal of weapons, including a machine gun.
All told, we seized 10 handguns with 13 rifles and a shotgun.
Corbett has pleaded not guilty. His bail is set at more than $2 million.
He's there because he thought he had a relationship with her, albeit delusional, but that's what he thought. But he wasn't there to hurt her.
There is not a more clear-cut case of stalking than this one.
Like when a male celebrity begins dating a woman and they cry, harass, and bully the woman he's dating because in their mind, he belongs to them. Being attached like that to someone you've never met, and even if you did, is a serious issue and you need help. Now, wanting a celebrity to have some form of you being able to relate to them is one thing. Like, oh, that person actually likes eating this, or that person likes cake, cookies, and or sometimes doesn't like working out as much. That's one thing. But you can't relate to a celebrity no matter how much you want to be able to. Having grown adults talk about your children, something that they wouldn't say to the face of a regular person because you know you'd get hands and feet put on you, but feel it's free reign because the person is a celebrity, so you can say whatever you like. You can't relate to not being able to go wherever you want without cameras snapping your every move, and not being allowed to be a human and have a bad day because the public will call you all kinds of names. Because again, you are not looked at as a human. You can't relate to gaining a few pounds and having thousands of people attack your weight because you've just had a baby or your own personal issues you're dealing with. People actually demanding you to lose weight or calling you out of your name and saying the most hurtful, disgusting things because they feel you're not human, but public property to take their frustrations and vitriol out on, and again would never have that same energy in person if they weren't a celebrity, but feel big and bad on the internet. People have been obsessed with celebrities for years, and it's not really a new thing. There was a separation from them and fans. Now with social media, fans have 24/7 access to their favorite celebrities, or believe they do. They get online and comment on their pictures, watch their every move, have notifications turned on for every single time they post. And listen, we all have an actress, singer, or influencer that we love and get inspired by, connect to their music, a character they've played, or a reel you can relate to. That is normal. But what is not normal is begging them to tell strangers all of their business just so you can feel quote unquote connected with them. And again, it's a one-sided connection because these people don't know you. And you may think you know these celebrities, but you only know what they choose to put out. I think it's selfish, and a lot of times it comes from people being online 24/7, not making friends and building real connections with people. So many people today lack social skills. They only know how to have a conversation via text and don't even have conversations on the phone. They live their lives on their phones and can't go 5 minutes without it. Celebrities don't owe anyone their personal lives simply because they're famous. While some like attention and being in the press 24/7, others just want to create their art and go about their business. Yes, they need some form of press in order to succeed in the business, but unhinged obsession people have with celebrities need to stop.
Brad Pitt's dramatic rescue of a young girl being crushed by a mob of rowdy fans in Spain. It happened as Brad took a break from filming a World War II spy drama to greet the adoring crowd. You can see the 52-year-old actor pointing to the girl when he realizes something bad is about to happen. He rushes to her rescue and does his best to get the crowd to simmer down. Watch as he reassures 11-year-old Claudia, okay, it's okay. With the help of security, he pulls her to safety. The superstar turned superhero.
And he immediately tried to address the criminal charge. He was stalking actor and talk show host Drew Barrymore.
I believe that we have a connection in our past.
Busto told reporters he wanted Barrymore's help with a legal action he has pending. He was arrested Thursday here in Sagaponack. Southampton Town Police say he had asked at least one resident for the location of Barrymore's home here.
I can see how she can be afraid. I can see some misunderstandings.
The criminal complaint says Busto caused reasonable fear of material harm to the physical health, safety, or property of Drew Barrymore.
Oh my God, say yes. Hi.
Last Monday, Barrymore and Busto crossed paths at the 92nd Street Y in Manhattan. Busto approached the stage shouting, "You know who I am," as Barrymore was interviewing singer-actor Renee Rapp.
Stop, wait, let me speak.
Can you go in the corner?
They're people just like you. They have emotions and feel things just like you. They aren't robots or your punching bags when you're frustrated with how things are going in your life. But I think some people have zero control over their emotions and how to keep them in check when it comes to how they feel. They lash out on the internet like toddlers. They think the world owes them something and can't possibly fathom people having different opinions, ideas, thoughts, etc. Some people want people to think and act just like them. Now, I understand hanging with like-minded people who you share common interests with, but bullying and bashing people because they don't share the same ideologies or opinions as you is something that needs to be studied. Get your things in order and stop being so consumed and obsessed with celebrities. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you always know when I upload. And I will catch you guys in the next one.
Now you wanna be female groupies. Now you become what you once despised. James Dean, Don Bellucci, blow your whole life trying to live in the light. Heroin following Marilyn, hopping over the edges like Janis Joplin. River Phoenix, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Morrison, all of them ended by high.